Hey guys, Hacker here with yet another Druid deck, which is nice just because the deck has so many different directions, the class has so many directions you can build it in. Today we're talking about Beast Druid. It's an archetype that's been on like actually replaying and stat websites like that for a bit, but it hasn't really been refined too much until yesterday where NoHandsGamer, I didn't watch him actually play, but I've heard that he spent a lot of time refining it, and I just copy pasted his list, took it for a spin on ladder, and we ended up going 16-4 from bronze 10 all the way up to diamond 3 with some crazy streaks. 80% is quite high, even for like an early legend climb. So let's talk about the deck. What is good about it, what has changed from the start of the expansion, and how to play it. NoHandsGamer is an America's Grandmaster. I'll post his links in the description below if you want to check him out as well. He's good at building decks. He's good at playing decks. Check him out. Cool guy. Now, what do we have here? We have some beasts. Beast Druid. We have Umbral Owls, Frostsaber Matriarchs. These are the only natural beasts in the deck. And because of that, Living Seed is guaranteed to draw one of them, which is good. These both can be reduced, which is good. Less mana, good. And they can be reduced, in fact, by so much that they can be played together with Oracle of Elune, because it works. If Frostsaber Matriarch or Umbral Owl cost 2 or less at the time, they get copied from Oracle of Elune. Because of that, you can set up big sort of combo-y turns, where you develop a lot of rush minions or a lot of taunts. And that's really useful. We've seen that before when Aggro Druid / Taunt Druid in the previous expansion was running a bunch of aggressive tools. You could do similar things with Teacher's Pets, Razorman Battle Guards, etc. And this is a different take on it. It's a bit more mid-rangey, but it feels like it's pretty good. I don't know if it's better than the old Taunt Druid. I mean, we haven't really seen Taunt Druid too much this expansion. Maybe that's something to explore as well. Anyways, we're focusing on this deck for now. So that's a nice little wombo combo you can do. We're running some other cards still to support it because, I mean, you still need Beast to get Matriarch cheap. So we're running Druid of the Reef, which itself is not a beast, but it transforms into a beast when it is summoned, therefore discounting Frostsaber Matriarch. Great one-drop. There's not too many one-drop plays that you can make right now, and this is a good one. And it can be flexible. You can save it later on for Rush, together with Arbor up to clear something, together with Oracle of Elune to make 2 rushes or 2 taunts. It's useful. That with a composting as well, having something cheap to play in the same turn as composting is useful. We have Thorngrowth Sentries, which I initially thought were kind of meh, but they have been very good. Now this discounts Umbral Owl by 1 mana and Frostsaber Matriarch by 2 mana because the turtles are beasts. It's also a great early game play you can make. You'll notice that there's not too many cards that you can play on turns 1 or 2. And on the coins is something you can coin out. Adorable Infestation, another synergistic card, discounts Umbral Owl and discounts Matriarch twice. Once by summoning the cub and once by adding the cub to your hand. Frostwolf Kennels, 3 beasts, 3 mana, 3 turns. Say no more. Other than that, I think that's all the beasts in the deck. You can sometimes get nature studies into some other beasts that you can discover, like there's a 1 mana spell I know that gives you 2 beasts. I know exactly what it's called. I'm just pulling it up for you guys. Partner Assignment, that's what it is. Not super integral, but just as a note, you can get some more beasts that way. Studies gives you some flexibility, something you can play on 1, lets you play Kennels on 2. It's useful post Guff. If you play Guff on turn 5, you can end the turn with the studies, bank the discount. It just gives you flexibility. You can discover big stuff, you can discover small stuff. Just a useful studies card in general. Ibis is good. Not early, but later on, for 2 reasons. One, with Oracle, you make 2 big Guffs. You make 2 big Ibises. And with Guff, even if you don't make 2 big Ibises, if you have 20 mana and you play an Ibis, it's pretty thick. Peasant seemed okay. I wasn't sure about it. I generally didn't like Peasant in the past because it just dies to ping, but there's not a lot of ways to deal 1 damage on 1 right now. Demon Hunters obviously can do that. Mages can coin ping. Druids can respond to it, but they still have to answer to it. You can save it to buff it with Adorable Infestation. You can save it to put it up behind taunts like Thorngrowth Sentries or the Frostsaber Matriarchs. You can pair it with Oracle of Elune. It's been quite nice. It's been drawing a lot, and it's something proactive you can do on 1 while you wait for your more mid-gamey plays. Composting, very important in decks like this that focus on board because you need a way to refill your hand. And composting is great. You want to use it to get multiple draws. If you have absolutely nothing to do, you can use it like on 1 or 2 minions to get something going. But ideally, you try to pair this together with 3, 4, 5, maybe even more minions on the board so you can actually cycle. Pairing Peasant, Composting, and Guff gives you enough card draw that I didn't feel out of gas in any of the games today. There was one game that ended up going to fatigue, actually 2 games that ended up going to fatigue, but even those, there was enough value to get over the finish line. So great card draw to help support this deck. Composting was in the like the taunt Druid list as well, and I think Peasants were 2 near the end. Guff is just nice. It may seem slow, but it ramps you, it draws card, buys you time to make the combo type turns that I'm talking about. And having 2 cards a turn because of the hero power drawing is really nice, or ramping if you already have stuff to do in your hand. It's just been really useful. Again, not something you want to be keeping necessarily. You want to focus on curve, working on your game plan, and building up to something. And Guff also means that you can have big Kael'Thas turns later on. You can go Kael'Thas and a 10 mana goal in the same turn, which is great. Normally you have to have some build up. Kael'Thas is also great on 5. Kael'Thas has been pretty good in the deck. We can talk about this. There are 4 mana beasts, Dire Frostwolf, which is pretty solid, and Park Panther, which is also solid. But because of the synergy with Oracle and the discounts from these beasts, I believe NoHandsGamer included Kael'Thas just to guarantee that Living Seed pulls these 2. Living Seed pulling Park Panther and Frostwolf is still great because now you have turn 3 plays, but those can't really be, I mean, they can also be discounted. If you play Living Seed past turn 5 and you pull these, they will cost 2 mana, which does work with Oracle. So if you don't have Kael'Thas, you could try running Panther and Frostwolf, maybe cut some other cards, but the Kael'Thas has been nice, and having a guaranteed Matriarch Owl has been really good. Park Panther you could argue for as well because it has Rush, but there's several times where I've just had 0 mana Owls, 0 mana Matriarchs, playing both with Oracle, then set up a composting. It's really nice having them very cheap. That being said, I haven't tested with these, so maybe these are useful as well, but I have not really missed them. It's been nice having the consistency here. Arbor Up is a finisher. You can just have it as board development too if you're out of gas and you just need to make 2 4/3s. Gidra is a card that I wasn't too sure about. I'm still not 100% certain about it, but it's been really good in several matchups. Against aggressive decks like Face Hunter, you don't have too many early plays, and hero powering's fine, but it's kind of slow. Gidra's been nice, even just with a 1 mana spell to make a nice little reactive play, kill a couple things. I played it even on turn 3 as a 3 mana 1 for Wind Fury. Killed off a Nog Merchant and a Wolpertinger, and it was just fine. Late game, it's a great threat. It's good with Arbor Up. You make a really big Wind Fury minion that not many decks can deal with, which is also useful against Freeze Shaman or any shamans that run Snowfall Guardian, because Gidra Arbor Up generally kills a Guardian plus another thing. So that's a pretty good reason to have it. Again, if you don't have Gidra, you can try some other stuff. You can cut Gidra Kael'Thas, maybe run some 4s. You can replace Gidra, maybe find another 1-drop, or I don't know. You could tinker with some stuff. There's some options for you to work with. Just go through the collection, find something that looks kind of cool. But Gidra was good. So if you do have Gidra, I would recommend at least trying it. Moonlit Guidance is nice, lets you play something on 2. There's not too many proactive 2 plays. If you're not coining Kennels or following up a 1-drop with Adorable or playing Thorngrowth, Moonlit's pretty good. Lets you curate your next couple of, turns, get a Discover from your deck, and once more, when you have so much mana with Guff, you can Guidance to just get multiple cards out of your deck for more value. You can duplicate Matriarchs, you can duplicate Oracles. I've done that. Duplicating Arbor Up is excellent. Be very careful duplicating Kael'Thas, because if you go Moonlit on 2 and Kael'Thas on 4, it doesn't work. You still have a 4-cost Kael'Thas in your deck because the Moonlit Guidance gives you a copy, so be careful of that. If you go Moonlit and then play Kael'Thas on the same turn, it also still doesn't work. So don't do that. Be careful. Anyway, Moonlit Guidance is good. Just be aware of that interaction. I can tell you that I've made that mistake and chat laughed at me. I think we've talked about every card. Ibis. Oh, we've talked about Ibis. Yeah, I mean, that's the deck. That's how stuff works. Mulligan, what do you want? You want your 1-drops. You want Thorngrowth Sentries. Kennels is nice too. I don't know if I would solo keep Kennels with no other plays. On coin, Kennels I think is just fine. If you have Studies from Kennels, beautiful. You keep Thorngrowth, you keep your 1-drops. You can consider keeping Living Seed, but I don't think it's very, very good. I think I'd rather have like a Moonlit Guidance on 2 instead. It's very important to have something to do. It's not the end of the world if you hero power in a slower matchup, but ideally you want Sentries, Kennels, 1-drops. Studies on 1 is 2, you get some flexibility there. You can spend your mana on 1 if you don't have a 1-drop. That can lead you into Kennels. There's a bunch of other stuff you can discover. You can discover like reactive 3s, Lunars, Power of the Wild. Like there's a lot of cheap stuff you can spend your mana on. You can get something like a Landscaping, which still generates you board. Amulet for a removal to buy yourself time. Even a Wild Growth could help in some situations. So Studies is also key. And just try to figure out how the matchups play out. Don't be afraid to just play Owls for tempo. You don't need to save it for Oracle of Elune. In some matchups where you know your opponent has removal, you could try waiting and getting more combo heavy things. Don't just keep Oracle, because I realized that there's not actually that many cards that work with Oracle, right? You have your 1-drops and then these beasts. So keeping Oracle on to play on 3 doesn't do anything, because you're not really following it up with the beasts until later on after you've discounted them. And because of that, you don't want to keep Oracle. That being said, you could just tempo an Oracle if you have nothing better to do and you want to fight for board. However, if possible, I would lean towards other plays and save Oracle for the pop-off turns. Otherwise, play for tempo. Tempo is really good in the meta right now. You can find more value later, so just try to fight for board, because this deck just feasts on board, right? You have board synergies and whatnot. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary. I've got a few games that you can watch after this video now, or after this explanation. It's still in the same video, don't leave yet. Cool games, kind of highlights how the deck plays out, and I talk through my decisions so you can understand what you guys want to be doing with this deck. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're sick of Druid decks, tell me what class you want to see in the comments below. I'll try to get to as many as I can, and also I probably just won't make like a 5th Druid deck in the row. I'll probably switch to something else, but let me know what you want to see. Have fun. Happy beast druiding. See you next time. This is good, but I feel like I don't want to keep that against Hunter. I think I want my early game. Keep Studies as a 1-drop. I think this beast druid is a good ladder deck as well. I mean, I'm doing okay so far with it, but it's a low sample size. It feels like you're not favored against Ping Mage. It feels like you're not favored against Warlock. You seem to be doing very well against Warrior. You probably bully the other Druid, the slow Druid. It's okay. I'm not sure how you do. You probably do well against Paladin too, but I'm not certain. I imagine you do. Yeah. Do I save this? If I put it in Taunt, I'm a little sad against Adorable. But like, what else am I supposed to do? I don't think I play it. I think I chill. This is quite good. Just summon a 2/2. How is Crush Hunter real? I mean, define real. I think it's way too slow a deck to climb with, but if you pilot it well, you probably still could. Okay, so I'm getting rewarded for saving this. We're still behind a bit, but we could that could be fixed pretty easily. Now the real question comes: am I coining hero power? I don't think I am. I think I throw the peasant into the fire. We probably want to coin Guff. Ramming Melt's annoying, but I mean, hero powering wouldn't have helped against that anyways. Okay. Probably have to take a turn off here in hero power. Hydra's a great draw. Cleans up the board, even without a buff. Piercing, it's fine. Pretty safe Guff here. Bum, 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 bum. If they play a tempo Rhino, it's kind of bad for me, but there's not really a lot I can do about that. Okay. Adorable. I can Umbral Owl. It dies, but it kills it. It's probably fine. Handles Owl. Well, I can go for a bigger pop-off now. How many beasts have I summoned? 1? Not enough. I think I just want to stop this damage though. It's a bit too much. I know they have a 1/1 left and then 2 other cards, so if I can stop Incoming damage is probably the best way to win from here. I was thinking if I can next turn guidance into like a matriarch and then copy it, but it's not cheap enough. Ramming mount. Cool. Owl? How expensive is Owl? Last turn it was 3. Now it should be 2 mana. How good is Adorable? Not as good as Owl. By composting, I can also play the Owl. How am I making these trades? I want more things on the board. Okay. We're not exactly healthy, but we have board. Does the Druid count as summoning a beast? Yes. It transforms into a Druid, and then it counts as it being a summon. Both forms are a beast. So we don't want to see Rhino, but even if we see Rhino, we take, what, 6 damage? It's not the end of the world. Okay, it's not a Rhino. Oh. That's bad. Posting. We'll do this as an extra. Wait, no, we trade these 2 off, right? Because it draws more cards. And I'm more likely to get Arbor up. Okay. What if I Arbor up next turn? If I Arbor up this turn, Rhino doesn't kill me because I have Matriarch anyways. What about Piercing Shot? Piercing Shot also doesn't kill me. Quick Shot into Rhino still doesn't kill me. So I greed it. I do Arbor up next turn. I did not do the math on whether or not it's lethal, but I think it is, right? Wait, Piercing Shot is lethal. Papega. 5 plus 2 is indeed 7. Interesting. Keck. 10, 16 plus 10, 26. I was supposed to Arbor up last turn. I did not realize that I died to Piercing here. So, slight mistake, but that's okay. Okay. Pog. We take those. Oh, give me that streak. Welcome back, Billy. Could have traded the 1 HP instead against Piercing. Optimal to trade off more minions, because I don't beat Piercing anyways without Arbor up. So I need to draw Arbor up. That's the main thing I need. Zach? Oh, I haven't played against Zach. Oh. Composting? Composting seems good to keep when I have like this as well. What's up, Sam? Sam is gone. Oh, well, composting is not what I want, but fine. Sag. Point Oracle doesn't do much there. Am I still tempoing an Oracle? No, I think we're doing this. This gets the Owl pretty cheap. And it guarantees me 4 draws. I could double up and get more draws too. I don't need like my whole deck to win, but if I have like 10 cards, I can work without over the course of the game. Second Backfire. Can't play Gnoll. I can play Slinger. Oh, it's a touch. Okay. Mark of the Spike Show. It's an interesting proposition. Sure. I'm gonna save the second compose thing. I think we do this. Hold the owl. Sunny. There's the soul rend. Getting another owl is really nice. "10 feet tall, sunny."
Reflect in the moonwell.
I don't need to commit more than this. This is already enough pressure. Save some refill for if they have second soul rend. Unlucky. Both giants are gone. That's very good. Anethron's gone as well, but they still have the scavengers. Fine. They lost to raise it as well. Matriarch. So this gives me the other matriarch. So do I want to go for an Arbor play or do I want to go for composting play? I think Arbor up's fine. Actually, is it Arbor up? Maybe it's not. That Bristleback's gone as well. They still have Tamsin though. I need to just not lose on board. A Knoll's gone too. Yeah, I changed my mind. I think it's a composting angle. They just don't have enough resources, so I need to maximize what resources I'm getting. I think I ship you as well. Okay. Yeah, I know Big Tamsin's gone. I mean Small Tamsin. They have Small Tamsin and Drain Soul, so they can get a lot of removal going. So it's more important just to remove the threats, because it's really hard for him to complete the quest from here, which means I just need to stay ahead on board. Bristleback, it's fine. That plus Bristleback is very good. But they don't have, like, the only removal that they have left now is Tamsin plus Drain Soul. Everything is fine. Kazamicus? What's their biggest development next turn? Scavenger? What do I want off of Moonlit Guidance? I think Guff is too slow. I don't think I need that. I'll take this. Ibis is fine. Both backfires are gone too. Strain Soul. So we ship another Ibis here. Still a lot of tempo. Not enough though. I think we're okay. So now they have Tamsin, Drain Soul, Drain Soul. We have Druid of the Reef Arbor up. So they have Tamsin, Drain Soul, Neophyte, and what else? I don't know what else. Could be a coil. Probably a coil. I could go for Kael'Thas, but I think I like this. I don't care if they get coil, right? Yeah, we just do this. Like, they have to tap here to play Tamsin, which puts them quite low. They take 5 from it as well. It's FBE? What's FBE? Oh, it could be a... Yeah, it's Battlemaster? I forgot they were in Battlemaster.
All of Stormwind shall share my pain.
Mark of the Wild's pretty good here. I take 13 from their tap. Fuck, I missed. It's fine. They take 5 and 6. It's 11 plus the tap. It's 13. Plus 2 is 15. So this can go face. If it's Battlemaster. And then we have lethal setup next turn. So they push 7. They can go Battlemaster, but they have to trade the Tamsin. This goes face for 2. And then we have lethal with the treants. Plus the Arbor up. Nice. So I said I missed there. The Arbor up is also checkmate. I was thinking I wanted Gidra. Gidra plus Taunt would have been nice. I can go Gidra, play the Gidra I drew, then go Taunt, and it would have had a similar effect. Nice. Nice. Cool game. But maybe it's not. You only have so many 1-drops. I don't know. Do I want a Living Seed on 2? I don't think so. Alright, JK, yes we do. Nice win rate, by the way. Bum, 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 bum. Come on. Coin plunder. Stop. Just stop. Is Trog a better peasant? No. Trog and peasant are very different cards. In general, I think peasant's a pretty poop card, but it's been doing quite well with the deck so far. You have enough taunt that you can hide it. It's one of the things you can do with Oracle, and on 1 it's actually good against a lot of the meta decks. If I tried the The Guff Yogg Druid that Kible's been playing seems fun for the RNG aspect. I have not tried it. I don't know what the list looks like. I imagine you top it at Yogg, but Guff and Yogg do not tell me what deck it is by itself. Go to the Reef. Seems fine. I'm gonna just do this actually. Like what else do you run on the deck? I don't, that's not enough for me to know what the deck is. I'm not super into playing a deck just for Yogg. Like I like making fun decks, but that's Yogg and 2 Cthuns. Yeah, that deck is way too slow for the meta. It's fun once you get it off, but I don't think it's gonna be competitive. Guff Ramp with the Yogg and Cthulhu. I have not done that. I've tried a clown version. Cthulhu, I imagine, is similar, except instead of clowns, you have Cthuns. I'm gonna clean up now a little bit. I don't think I swing this though. This is a little greedy, but I think it's fine. I can still Arbor up next turn. I can't go Arbor composting, so I might composting first. We'll see. Now we just need to find a way to get a clown in our hand. Oh, this positioning was bad. I could have put this on the left. Well, the matriarch's mad. You know, you bothered her cubs.
You can't always trust what you see.
Oh my god. Blam, guys. Holy crap, that was illegal. Okay. That was quite good. This was quite good. Thank you, Alun. Yeah, that was a turn. Six mana, 1824. Draw 5 cards. It's like okay.
Put your faith in the light.
Oh no, a Tyrion. I'll face that Tyrion. Don't think I won't. Don't think I won't do it. That was nice. How do you get out of this? Like a random brawl? I still don't think they beat brawl. I mean, it basically has to be like a random brawl, but... And they have to get lucky. You don't think you've ever seen Gidra? Gidra popped up a few times. Not in the recent games, but in the first few games of the deck, it was actually okay. No, Gidra was great several times. Even like on 3, just to kill 2 minions was good. Yeah, Evo's not good enough. They can find like 3 flurries, but then they still have to deal with the board next turn. Was this... Hot streak, fire sale, hot streak, fire sale. I mean, yeah, that would be one way to win the game. That would be a little ridiculous off of an Evo. Hot streak passage, probably not what they want. I think we're okay. Oh, they have scabs. You're right. You're right. So they could have scabs here, but like whatever. They're at 8, and then I just replay the matrix. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Scabs wouldn't have been good enough. I literally just make another board of matriarchs. Nice.